guys, here's one of the Watts Weeklies. I'm going to introduce you to our actual atelier. It's pretty small, but it's really effective, as you guys all know. So here's the entry point of it, so we're going to go inside. I'm going to show you around a little bit. So let me just get the door. Okay, so we come in, and on the right here, we have where the drawing section is. So we set it up in a 180. Models up there. We have our camera equipment up here for shooting and streaming and all the kind of stuff you guys take part in. Also for shooting the videos now for the online school, we do it up here instead of my studio. No more train. Awesome. Over here we have our wall hangers, which I'll talk about on another Watts Weekly, but it's where all the most outstanding drawings get put up from students. Really proud of that wall. It's kind of rite of passage for a school. In front of us, we have two master study from an old student. That was the one I think I showed you guys. It was sitting out in my studio when I did a Watts Weekly a little while back. Up above it is the Solomon J. Solomon master study that will be a phase that you guys can participate in. I hung it up at the school because I thought it was a good one to have. Got a couple of these John Asaro planes of the body, kind of like the ones I did for the online school when you saw me design the 3/4 strand profile. This came out after that, and you can see it's kind of very similar to those planes that I designed, because I designed it off the inspiration of his, some notes from a long time ago of his. So I remember I did a male and female one. So that's kind of a painting tool. And then as we walk around here, you can see we've got skeletons and splayed figures. This is a nice little guy to have, and you can get it from anatomytools.com. But I'm not getting a kickback from it. I just think it's a cool little thing. We got lots of skulls. Some are half muscle, half bone. Some are just that. We've got busts and other things over here, Asaro heads. So that's just kind of a smattering of tools. The bathroom's kind of cool actually, because it's got lots of cool artwork in it. So we come in here, we've got like Nikolai Fetchin drawings up there, which it might be a little dark, but kind of see those. It's one of my favorite draftsmen of all time, as you guys know. Over here we have a cool little Bertie Wrightson print, one of my favorite inkers, as you guys know also. Over here, I'm going to shut the door a little bit, but we have a James Bama, Doc Savage. He was one of Fred's roommates, or in school with Fred Fixler, the guy that trained us. We've got another Frazetta down here, which is kind of cool, a little Frazetta ink. Kind of a cool one I picked up when I went out and met him at his museum. And that, really cool, love it. The man himself up there, Nikolai Fetchin. It's a portrait he did of himself. Okay, we'll come out of the bathroom. Now this is a little sitting waiting area that we have where people will hang out in between classes and eat lunch and things of that sort. Up above we have lots of graphite drawings, which are our longest drawings that we do at the school. They're about 15 hours in length. Some of you have taken the online version of that class, where Jim and I do our drawings. We did four, I think we did 4 total, or 3, 2 total, 2. But anyway, you can see some of those are some of the wall hangers from the past. A lot of those are Matt Smith's, Jim's, and some of mine. Got some master studies up here, Frazetta, Soroya, Rembrandt. Those are student, those two, the one in the middle is mine. The one on the right is Marty's, awesome painting of his, and Meadows, one of Meadows' early paintings before she started teaching for us. Probably a lot of glare on it, but it's cool. It's a nice little painting. We've got some skeletons hanging over here in the corner. Gotta have our skeletons. Beautiful page of actually, if you want to take a look at these gouache heads, those are Mark Hill's. He was a teacher of ours, one of our youngest teachers. I think it was probably in early 20s when he started teaching for us. But came in high school and did a great job. He was a phenomenal talent. Storage room for still life and everything is back here. So, kind of messy, not bad. Actually, Trav did a fantastic job of cleaning it up. So it's not messy by the standards of how he is. Actually, it's phenomenal actually now, but come on in. These are all like little props, copper vessels, glass, different things that we use for our still life classes. So lots of, little paraphernalia and stuff that we can use. So it's kind of cool. Now we're going to come out of the broom closet and we're going to walk around to the painting side. So we kind of split the room. This originally was supposed to just be the painting room, but the economy dictated otherwise at the time when we moved into the building, and we ended up having to force the whole school into one big room. And so we split it down the middle and made the painting room on one side and the drawing room on the other side. So as you come in here, this is normally set up with 2 rows of easels. This is what they kind of look like. The back row looks like this. This is a standing easel. And then we have shorter seated easels in the front. So it's kind of fun because the students can come over from the drawing side and see what's happening in the painting side. If they're starting to get curious about painting and they want to know what's going on, they can just pop over, or they can listen to the teacher talking a little bit and see if they like their style of teaching. So all those things are, I think, kind of nice organic ways that the school kind of unfolded. We've had different iterations of the school. We've been in about 5 different locations. Some were a lot larger, some were even smaller, and over time it kind of found its balance point with me as far as what I wanted, how large I wanted it to be, and all that kind of good stuff. So the model stand over here, another one, and we have lots of gouache paintings, and like here's some remnants of paintings from the week. Like this is a little one that Ben did a couple days ago. I came in and he has kind of a small class, so he just did a little warm up with him. Here's one of Matt's demos. Here's demos from Ryan. Is it Pancoast? Pancoast. So Ryan came in for the illustration boot camp with Eric and Lucas, and these are just 2 of the demos he did while he was there. He left. So this is a little pick out that I think Eric did. Mm-hmm. Past students inks, really phenomenal. Roberto, really phenomenal student that came through the school. And here we have a projector room, Xerox room, costume room. It used to be a projector room back in there. So that's just kind of that. Still life stand, instructor lockers, and then tons of work. Gouache paintings up there. So you kind of see, this is the wall of kind of some gouache samples. We have hundreds of them of past students. Gouache is one of those mediums that is pretty amazing, and not many schools teach it that I'm aware of. Not like we do anyway. So we have a very specific way of teaching it, and very specific reasons for teaching it. It's one of my favorite mediums. And then back up here is just old drawings, paintings, smattering of all kinds of different wall hangers of paintings that we ran out of. We were kind of running out of wall space is what we're running out of, which is a good problem to have. We actually have more work we could put up than we actually have wall space for. So good problem to have. Over here is casts. So, we don't have a huge cast drawing program because we're really not a site-sized school, but they are handy for students to draw from. So we've got all kinds of cool busts in here. There's a bunch of them down in there, but we got some stuff in front of it. So we got, anatomical feet, hands, arms, legs, busts of various types. So we have a lot of cool stuff around. And that's just our bit of our cast wall. Back in here, we have our little office where we do our editing and other things. And then we have a wall over here of other long drawings, paintings, studies, a couple drawings of Glenn Orbix, who was my teacher, and just little things like that. Brush washing area, but quite an intimate environment, but incredibly effective. And you find most ateliers are kind of like that because they're run by artists and they're hard to run and they're expensive and they're difficult to maintain. So you're not going to see art center type facility for most ateliers. But it's one of the reasons why they're so effective as well, because they can stay very tenacious and very, I think, almost like, what would you call it? Like under the radar. I mean, they're kind of like able to be stripped down really lean and mean, and they can perform the way I think a school is intended to perform and not get lost in some huge bureaucracy or big, so expensive of a facility that they have to charge way too much and do all these different things to try to keep the thing running. So that's one of my ways. Just you got to keep it, really lean and very effective. So that's our little tour of the school. I know it's kind of small. You guys probably thought it was a lot bigger, but again, I like it that way, and it seems to be one of the most effective ways that I've seen to run one. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you on another Watts Weekly soon. Take care, keep pushing play, and stick in there. I know it's hard at times. You guys will do great. Hopefully we'll see you at this for a facility, the brick and mortar, one day. If you get, it's kind of a lot of online students I know talk about wanting to come here, and we would love to have you. It is nothing like it when you get to come in person, so I hope you get to. But in the meantime, the online will treat you great. So good luck. See you around.